Dear students, good morning. Welcome to the history class. In last 2-3 session, we have discussed Gupta dynasty. In that also, we have discussed about the great king Samudragupta, the king Chandragupta too. We have discussed about traveler Pahya, who was a great traveler of China. Dear students, when we discuss Gupta dynasty, we have to understand this Gupta dynasty is known as Golden Age of India. It has a unique place in Indian history because of its all-round development of so many fields. Because of this, the European historians compared this Gupta dynasty to Pericles of Greece. They compared Pericles of Greece to Gupta dynasty, and also they compared Augustus Caesar of Rome with Gupta dynasty, and also they compared Queen Elizabeth of England to Gupta dynasty. In the fields of religion, in the fields of education, in the fields of literature, art and architecture, science and technology, in many fields, this Gupta dynasty has given a lot to Indian history. Because of this, it is known as Golden Age of Indian history. It has given a lot to Indian history. Dear students, these fields were extraordinary during the Gupta dynasty period, and also survival of Hinduism, and also survival of Hinduism has happened in the period of Gupta dynasty. Revival of Hinduism is one of the outstanding features of the Gupta age. The Gupta emperors were the followers of Hinduism, yet they were tolerant towards other religions like Buddhism and Jainism. ಈ ಗುಪ್ತ ಸಾಮ್ರಾಜ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ಹಿಂದೂ ಧರ್ಮದ ಪುನರುತ್ಥಾನ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನೆನಪು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಈ ಗುಪ್ತ ಸಾಮ್ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಎಲ್ಲ ರಾಜರು ಹಿಂದೂ ಧರ್ಮದ ಅನುಯಾಯಿಗಳಾಗಿದ್ದರು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಬೌದ್ಧ ಮತ ಮತ್ತು ಜೈನ ಮತ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವರು ಸಹಿಷ್ಣುಗಳಾಗಿದ್ದರು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. The Hindu religion received great encouragement during the Gupta period. It became the state religion of Guptas. The worship of Vishnu, Shiva, Durga became very popular. During the Gupta dynasty, ಹಿಂದೂ ಧರ್ಮದ ಪುನರುತ್ಥಾನ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಗುಪ್ತ ಸಾಮ್ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಸಂಭವ ಆಯಿತು. ಗುಪ್ತರ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಪತನಕ್ಕಿಳಿದಂತಹ ಹಿಂದೂ ಧರ್ಮ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪುನರುಜ್ಜೀವನ ಕಾಣಿತು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಷ್ಣು, ಶಿವ, ದುರ್ಗೆಯರ ಪೂಜೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪ್ರಸಿದ್ಧವಾಗಿದ್ದನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ದ ಗುಪ್ತ ರೂಲರ್ಸ್ performed Vedic rites and sacrifices. They performed Vedic rites and sacrifices. The Vedic rituals like Ashwamedha, Vajapeya and Rajasuya yagas were performed with all splendor. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಂದೂ ಧರ್ಮದ ಪಾಲನೆ, ಪೋಷಣೆ, ಪುನರುಜ್ಜೀವನ ಆಗಿದ್ದನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಶ್ವಮೇಧ ಯಾಗ, ರಾಜಸೂಯ ಯಾಗ, ವಾಜಪೇಯ ಯಾಗಗಳನ್ನು ಅವರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಮೆನಿ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಟೆಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ವೇರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಗುಪ್ತಾ ಏಜ್. ದೇ ವೇರ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಮೆನಿ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಟೆಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ Gupta period. They assumed the title of Parama Bhagavata. They had the title of Parama Bhagavata. They assumed the title of Parama Bhagavata, which indicates their devotion to Lord Vishnu, Shiva and Shakti. Cult were also popular. ಈ ಪರಮ ಭಾಗವತ ಅನ್ನೋ ಶಬ್ದ ಅವರು ವಿಷ್ಣು ಭಕ್ತರಾಗಿದ್ದರು, ಶಿವಭಕ್ತರಾಗಿದ್ದರು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಸಹಿತ ಅದು ತೋರಿಸಿಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ವಿಷ್ಣು ಭಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಈ ಪರಮ ಭಾಗವತ ಅಂತ ಬಿರುದು ಪಡೆದಂತಹ ರಾಜರು, ಅವರು ಈ ಬಿರುದಿನಿಂದ ಅವರ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಭಕ್ತಿ ನಮಗೆ ಕಾಣಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ಗುಪ್ತಾ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್. Education greatly flourished under the Guptas. During the Gupta period, education was at peak. The kings themselves were great scholars and educationalists. ರಾಜರುಗಳು, ಗುಪ್ತರ ಸಾಮ್ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವತಃ ರಾಜರುಗಳು ಅವರು ವಿದ್ವಾಂಸರಾಗಿದ್ದರು ಮತ್ತು ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ತಜ್ಞರಾಗಿದ್ದರು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ದೇ ಪೇಡ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಅಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಟು ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್. ದೇ ಪೇಡ್ ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಅಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಟು ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್. There were a number of universities during the Gupta age. The universities of Gupta dynasty not only attracted Indian people but also attracted foreign students also. Namely, we remember Takshashila University, Nalanda University, Ajanta University and Saranatha were well-known education universities in Gupta dynasty. The important subjects taught were Puranas, literature, philosophy, arithmetic, astrology and science. And also we remember literature during Gupta period. Religious literature including the Vedas, which were in the form of hymns, were brought into writing during the Gupta period. When we remember the literature during Gupta period, we have to remember that Vedas were in the form of hymns. It brought into writing manner in the period of Gupta dynasty. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವೇದಗಳು, ಶ್ಲೋಕಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಮಂತ್ರಗಳ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಂಥವು ಅವು ಬರವಣಿಗೆಗಳ ರೂಪಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಗುಪ್ತಾ ಸಾಮ್ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಲಾಯಿತು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ದ ಗುಪ್ತಾ ಏಜ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದ ಗೋಲ್ಡನ್ ಏಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಲಿಟರೇಚರ್. ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಭಾಷೆಯ ಅಥವಾ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಬರಹಗಳ ಅಥವಾ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತದ ಸುವರ್ಣ ಯುಗ ಅಂತ ಗುಪ್ತರ ಕಾಲವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕರೆಯುವುದನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸಮುದ್ರಗುಪ್ತ has been described as a king among poets in Allahabad inscription. Allahabad inscription says that Samudragupta as a king among poets. ಅವನು ಕವಿಗಳ ರಾಜ. ಸಮುದ್ರಗುಪ್ತ ಕವಿಗಳ ರಾಜ ಅಂತ ಅಲಹಾಬಾದ್ನ ಸ್ತಂಭ ಶಾಸನ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆತ್ತಿರೋದನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ಅದು ಹೇಳೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. He was also a gifted musician and a great scholar of the Vedas. ಆತ ಒಬ್ಬ ಸಂಗೀತ ವಿದ್ವಾಂಸನಾಗಿದ್ದ ಮತ್ತೆ ವೇದಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅರಿತಂತಹ ಒಬ್ಬ ಮಹಾನ್ ಪಂಡಿತನಾಗಿದ್ದ ಸಮುದ್ರಗುಪ್ತ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. They were Navaratnas in the court of Chandragupta too, as we remembered already. In the court of Chandragupta too, they were Navaratnas. In them, among them, Kalidasa was the greatest poet of Indian history and the dramatist of ancient India. ಈ ನವರತ್ನದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಳಿದಾಸನನ್ನು ನೆನಪು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಆತ ಒಬ್ಬ ಅದ್ಭುತ ನಾಟಕಕಾರ ಮತ್ತು ಒಬ್ಬ ಕವಿ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೆನಪು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. He wrote famous dramas like Malavikagnimitra. He wrote Malavikagnimitra, Vikramoorvashiya and Shakuntala. He wrote three great dramas like Malkagnimitra, Vikramoorvashiya and Shakuntala. The great epics like written by Kalidasa, the great epics written by Kalidasa were Raghuvamsha and Kumarasambhava. Raghuvamsha and Kumarasambhava, and also we remember the lyrical poems of Kalidasa like Meghaduta and Ritusamhara. Meghaduta and Ritusamhara. Dear students, when we remember the names and works of Navaratnas, when we remember the names and works of Navaratnas who were given great works during Chandragupta too, these Navaratnas were court poets of Chandragupta too. Number 1, Kalidasa was a great poet during Chandragupta II period. This Kalidasa given Shakuntala. The work of Kalidasa was Kalidasa Shakuntala. And in Navaratnas, Varahamihira given Brihat Samhita. Varahamihira given Brihat Samhita. Ghatakarpara given Ghatakarpara Kavya. Ghatakarpara given Ghatakarpara Kavya. And Vararuchi given Vyakarana. And Amarasimha, his great work was Amarakosha. And Dhanvantari given Ayurveda Nighantu. In that, Shanku Kavi given Shilpa Shastra. Kshapanaka Kavi given Jyotisha Shastra. And ninth and foremost poet in Navaratnas were Vedala Bhatta has given Mantra Shastra during Chandragupta II period. In Gupta dynasty, we have remembered Navaratnas and their works during Gupta period, including all this period of Gupta dynasty is known as Golden Age of India, because many scholars, many poets, many kings were given a lot to Indian history in the period of Gupta dynasty, which was known as Golden Age of India. Dear students, we have remembered poets, Navaratnas and their works, and also we have to remember the important scholars and their works during this Gupta dynasty. We have to remember Shudraka, who has given Mrichakatika. We remember Bharavi, who has given Kirartarjuna Vijayam or Kirartarjuniyam. Dandi has given Kavya Darsha and Dashakumara Charitre. Vishakadatta has given Mudra Rakshasa and Devi Chandraguptam. And also we remember Vishnu Sharma, who has given Panchatantra, has a lot of stories which impress all the small age children. Bhavabhuti or Bhavabhuti has given Uttara Ramacharitre. Charaka has given Charaka Samhita regarding Ayurveda Shastra, and Sushruta has given Sushruta Samhita. It is also regarding Ayurveda, and Shanku has given Shilpa Shastra, and Amarasimha has given Amarakosha. Dear students, we remembered the Navaratnas and their works, and also we remembered important scholars and their works during Gupta dynasty. I will finish here. In next period, we will discuss the contributions of Gupta dynasty during science and technology and art and architecture. Dear students, I will finish here. Thank you one and all.